only, yeah, like toilet paper is our go-to.
I love getting my hair cut, especially when there's a scalp massage involved.
But she would say, your body is a temple and you need to take care of it.
We have a lot of flexibility.
Yeah, where he just ate garbage. How long was that? A year?
Do this. I can't do this without Cassie and the kids enabling me to do this.
I find myself encouraging myself, so I'm like, no, you can do this. Don't give up.
We got lots to say.
I love my husband so much and my son. I had a baby. Her name is Isla.
I want to see the baby. I've definitely had multiple drinks on multiple episodes.
Loosen up.
It's a podcast. We're here to have fun, so enjoy yourself. On my TikTok, I was like, I'm going to start just saving stuff, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah. Hello.
So I don't have to try to remember everything.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the We Made It podcast.
How dare I? We've begun.
It just dawned on me that my internet is going to be whoopsie daisies this whole time because I had to move my repeater away from this location. So we're just, playing with fire. Oh, hey.
Oh, hang on. Olivia? What's wrong, baby?
Well, folks, I'm not going to leave you all hanging while Colin addresses his child. He was going to pull up some TikTok, so why don't I do this? Also, for those of you watching, we were just joking that our parents hold the phone this close when we do FaceTime calls. Why do they do that? There's no rhyme or reason, There's no need for it, It's unnecessary. So I'm, oh gosh, this was a really good one.
Sorry about that.
Colin has returned. Hey, I was just rambling on about what we were just saying about how our parents hold the phones close during FaceTime calls.
Oh, yeah.
Does anybody else's parents, is that how you say that? Do this? Is this like a unique thing? Or is this everybody? Is everybody experiencing this times 10 Zoom on the FaceTime call?
Yeah.
I can see inside her pores. I can see into her mental illness. It's so fucking close.
See into her mental illness. That was people trying to save photos off Facebook back in the day.
Okay, how are they doing this?
They would screenshot them and save them instead of just saving the file or whatever.
Colin. Jordan still does this.
Well, if it's memes,
I want to laugh so hard right now because
sometimes you can't.
It's this thing that drives me nuts. I'm like, if you press and hold on the picture, you hit save photo, it saves the picture and it doesn't decrease the quality that happens when you screenshot a photo and then crop it up. He's like, I don't give a fuck. And I'm like, okay, fair.
Yeah, some people are just set in their ways, and he is a bit of an old soul. He's kind of fine to not review certain things that have almost zero bearing on the outcome of his life. So
totally, and in the grand scheme, this is absolutely.
I can't get far enough away from this fucking camera.
It's totally not important.
No,
the quality of the JPEG of a meme he's sharing one time, it doesn't fucking matter, right?
Aren't you worried? Your friends are going to judge you because it's low resolution.
They can't even read the message. It's such low resolution. Anyway, sorry, you saved some podcasts.
Oh, did I save podcasts? I was listening.
Sorry, TikToks. You said you had saved some TikToks.
Yeah, this one guy spent $938 on Disneyland's Princess Breakfast Adventures, a 3-course character dining experience at the California park. Now, I think you should expect a higher price tag when it's a packaged item like that. But like, how are you trying to tell the world that you're trying to make every kid's dream come true when you're spending $1,000 on a 3-course breakfast at an amusement park?
Oh boy. I have so many thoughts. My first thought was, sorry, I should bring this closer. My first thought was, it must be nice to have that disposable income, right? That's my bitterness.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm bitter
A little
about that.
jealousy.
Oh, totally. Like, that's how much we spend on groceries a month. He just blew that on one breakfast.
Good
wow.
Lord.
Is it just for him? Was it for him and his child?
It was for a family of 5.
Family of 5. Okay. God, that's still a lot.
You can actually find out.
That's still a lot. US dollars too, right?
Oh, always USD.
Jeez Louise. Yeah, I don't think I would ever. There's no world where I would justify spending that on one meal. I don't think our wedding meal cost that much per person. I thought our wedding was pretty decent, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it was okay.
It was all right. They did good. I don't know.
And
wow.
Well, I'm trying to find it now. Starting at $142.
Okay.
Why is it
142.
starting?
Let's do some conversion on that for our Canadian listeners.
Oh, this is good. They have it broken down.
Okay.
For adults and children.
So you said 140 what?
So for adults, it's 142 US dollars.
Okay.
And for children aged 3 to 9, it's $142. And they explicitly state that tax and gratuity are not included.
So expect to pay more than this.
Yeah.
So that's $193 Canadian.
Now.
And some change.
So that's $1,000 for a family of 5.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it sounds.
I'm trying to think of what else I would spend $1,000 on.
I mean, not breakfast, and certainly not breakfast where I gotta pretend to give a fuck about everything that's going on around me.
Is the breakfast? So you said it's 3 courses.
Yeah. Okay. I got all the information you could possibly ask for right here.
Great. So what are they serving?
Good question. I have it.
Do they have a menu? Are there options? Are my kids going to have 2 bites and go, ew, I don't like it? Next.
So, for starters, young princesses and princes will be dazzled by 3-tier towers of appetizers. Never known my children to like appetizers. Which may include coconut cookies and cream chia parfait. That's a non-starter. You've lost all of my children.
Parfait. Maybe.
As soon as chia and a French word, we're done. Like they're not interested at all.
They're like, this sounds really pretentious. Let's move on.
Oh, you think that sounds pretentious? It's gonna get.
Oh, it gets better. Okay.
Chef Louis' mini lobster roll.
Mini lobster rolls as an appetizer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tiana's famous beignets, which I think is from
The Princess and the Frog?
The Frog, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Princess Jasmine's banana wrap. And Pocahontas maize in cornbread. And maize in this word is spelled M-A-I-Z-E.
Got it.
Maize. I feel like if you're gonna write on at least the Canadian Disney Plus when you watch Pocahontas, there's the disclaimer about how culturally insensitive the movie is.
Totally, yeah.
Yet you have no problem invoking their traditional agricultural staples into your kitschy fucking menu titles.
Yeah.
Like that's not even clever.
There's a lot of counter like things that disagree with each other.
Oh, like is it counterintuitive or?
Yeah, just
opposing.
Yeah, they're like things that oppose each other that are being used simultaneously. Jordan and I were discussing this the other day because we watched Old Dads with Bill Burr.
Oh yeah,
Have you seen this?
I think so. Is that the
Okay.
one where he has to like apologize in front of the woke
To the
PTA or
woke,
whatever?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and then I mean, I'm gonna spoiler alert it. It's an old movie, so you guys can go watch it. Pause right now, this podcast, and go watch it and come back. But the young kid that gets appointed as CEO or CFO at the company that they sold and agreed to come back and work for, they like run into him at a casino, and this kid looks like he's just down in the dumps. Anyways, he's like, I guess the native Americans were upset when I referred to whatever as my spirit animal. They took offense to that, and then he was suspended indefinitely. And then Bill Burr goes, "I think that's millennial for fired." And he gets so excited. There's just like so much of the today's woke language being brought up, and like just trying to show
Satirized kind of thing.
the irony in all of these moments that have become quite commonplace, and yet nobody is like turning the lens on themselves to be like, oh wait, but I'm the asshole sometimes when I do this.
Mm-hmm.
And so, instead of constantly pointing at others, we should take some time and reflect on the dumb shit we're all doing. We're all doing dumb shit all the time, I
All
think.
the time. Mm-hmm.
So, and we're all trying not to, I think, and do better. And like, what's the point of this whole world if we're just going to go around and pointing at everyone else and be like, oh, hey, this is how you fucked up. And like, this is where you're wrong. But I'm going to say it with really kind words that almost sound extremely condescending.
Yeah, you
Mhm.
said one C word. I was going to say another C word.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right. It's almost like, and you can tell too. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like the people that behave that way the most, you're just like, oh man, I know you do some terrible things, and I can't wait to find
Mm-hmm.
out what they are.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking fire breathing lion sack of shit.
Yeah. But it's exactly that you're describing right now with Pocahontas and Disney apologizing for we have portrayed an entire, like, I don't want to say legion of people, but like a culture, and we have definitely appropriated it. And
Hmm.
then now, are they still with this menu? Is that what's happening?
Well, yeah, who knows? I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, you're like, so like thematic names are fine. Chef Louis mini lobster roll,
right.
cool.
Yeah.
Tiana's famous beignets, but amazing cornbread. Like
Yeah.
you didn't. Nah,
We
we have to
couldn't
go.
come up with anything else in the R&D.
We
You
have,
know?
yeah, we have to read the rest of the menu, but it looks like that's the only time they've done this.
Okay.
Now we don't know all the Disney menus. It's
Mm-hmm.
probably fair to assume they've
We don't know. Hold
come up
on.
with
No.
a more, and like I'm not even upset by the the use of the word maze. Like I don't care that they've done
Agreed.
this. I just
Yeah.
hate that, like you said, they say one thing and do another kind of thing. It's
Mm-hmm.
hypocritical almost.
Hypocritical. That's the word.
Um, Main courses, so kids can choose from chicken and Mickey waffles, house made mac and cheese and bacon. Adults can select from a delectable menu of options, including perfect scrambled eggs, maple turkey sausage with caramelized pears and figs. Bit of a leap from just eggs to all of that shit. Breakfast deviled eggs, which I'm sure are very different from every other day deviled eggs. Braised short ribs with balsamic cipollini onions, truffle mac and cheese, and roasted rainbow carrots in a parsnip celery root puree. Jenna just dropped off the call. Mwahaha. So yeah, that's a ridiculous menu. I'm upset that chicken and Mickey waffles is for the kids and not for the adults it's a little pretentious to assume that I'm not going to enjoy chicken and waffles or mac and cheese and bacon. Like those are all amazing words any way you slice them, but put them all together, I'm in. I don't know. Should I go over desserts without her? I won't go over desserts without her. You know what I will do though? I will share with you a book I was reading called The Parasitic Mind by Gadsad, and
Aha!
came with year back.
Yeah, I think for now.
Oh,
Okay.
maybe I was wrong. Oh, there it is. All right. Good to have you back. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks. About 10 minutes in, and we're already dicing
Yeah,
with
it's
the
been a month since
communication.
we've recorded. We got to catch up on our tech issues too.
Yeah, gotta
So,
have at least multiple problems.
I was just saying that the main courses sound terrible.
Okay.
Like, why? Here's my big question. There's the kids' choice of the chicken and waffles, and then the house-made mac and cheese and bacon, and then all that crap that the adults can have.
Okay.
But could I, as an adult, have off the kids' menu? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure
That
they're
would be
not gonna
great
say
because
yeah.
I would want my chicken and
Chicken
waffles
and waffles.
and that mac and cheese. To be quite honest,
Mac and
I did.
cheese.
Well, yeah, there's a house-made mac and cheese and bacon option for the kiddies.
Bacon. Oh.
Weird that there's like almost zero bacon. There's none bacon in the adult menu,
What is
which
the
is
adult
weird.
menu?
Because if I'm spending $190 on fucking breakfast,
Breakfast? Yeah.
oh, the
Where's my
adult menu,
bacon?
yeah, I don't know when you dropped off. It must have
I
been
didn't
while I was
hear
reading.
any of the options. Yeah.
You didn't hear any of the main course, or just
Nah, none of the main course.
did you hear any of the starters? Yeah, we went over.
We did
starters.
appetizers. Yeah.
So
Concluded.
main course is subdivided between kids and adults. So the kids can choose from chicken and Mickey waffles, house-made mac and cheese, and bacon.
Okay.
Adults have scrambled eggs, perfect scrambled eggs, sorry.
Perfect.
And then, like I said, a big leap in skill level and complexity to maple turkey sausage with caramelized pears and figs. And then breakfast deviled eggs, which I'm not sure how they're different from lunch or supper deviled eggs. Braised short ribs with balsamic cipollini onions.
Okay.
Oh, no. Oh, so the adults can have truffle mac and cheese.
Deviled eggs.
I don't know. I'd rather probably the bacon.
Maybe they do like a
And roasted red
hollandaise
carrots and a
sauce
parsnip
in
and
the
celery
deviled
root
egg.
puree. Like if you gotta
Ideas.
grind up
Sorry.
food.
Truffle mac and cheese. Okay.
No, go ahead. I thought you were cutting out.
Okay.
Would you say? Oh no, we did lose her. Oh, it's gonna be a rough one. I can feel it in my plums. Well. Yeah, parsnip and celery root puree. I'm feeling nah, brah. Then desserts. We'll just go into the desserts. I'm sorry, Jenna. We're gonna bash on. They don't call them desserts. They're called royal desserts. They've got treats such as Ariel's Dingle Hopper Vanilla Cake Pops. That's quite a name. That's quite a mouthful. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Pocahontas Colors of the Wind Sorbet, Princess Aurora Chocolate Cream Puffs, and Tiana's Pistachio Macarons. I guess this isn't the full menu though, so it's hard to really judge what's going on. But I definitely don't want to spend $200 on it. That's probably for certain. They say they can only serve breakfast between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m., but they don't say they won't serve alcohol. Can you drink alcohol at breakfast at Disneyland? Can you drink alcohol? Not giving me any love there. That's interesting. Anyway, I feel like that's an absolute insane thing to do. I'm glad people are able to spend that money, but if you're able to spend it, I'm not sure why you're shocked to have to spend it. Just gonna message Jenna here. Sorry, trying from phone. Let's get it. Do. Just staring at my screen here, waiting for Jenna to text back. Let's talk about some other stuff. Oh my God, thank God she's back. I was going to have a panic attack.
Is this working?
I was like, oh God, I'm not prepared to do this on my own. I was panicking. I was in the black. Whew.
Okay, I think, can you hear me okay?
Oh, I can hear you just fine.
Excellent. Okay, I'm going to try this, and I mean, worst case, it don't work.
No, this is fine. This is perfectly good. At the end of the day, we just need audio.
Truly.
It's telling me that you've joined in portrait orientation. I don't know why that matters.
Is it going to mess things up for...
I think it's just because it's a different aspect ratio.
Okay.
I don't think it does.
People panel. Mute my speaker.
Anyway.
Contact.
I think the conclusion of the story is
too much money.
You can't be upset. You can't walk into that situation with a family of 5 not knowing that it's going to cost you that much money.
Right. You have to go in prepared. Or have $1,000 million.
Like, I don't think people who would be shocked at the cost of something would walk into a situation not knowing how much it costs. Like, you go to Disneyland and you plan your day.
You have to,
like,
right?
You can't just meander around and wonder where you're going to eat. You have to make reservations for most of these things, especially if it's like a 3-course meal with stupid names like Amazing Corn. I think it should be no surprise to you. So I don't know what the point is of your belly aching. You know what I mean?
This person who was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what regular... Like, what's a regular restaurant price with, like, regular food?
Regular meal. I think, so, like, Jordan and I will go out for dinner, and for 2, we pay 100 and something. And that's, like, maybe a drink each, you know? So I think, like, I would say $50 is maybe, like, a good expectation to set for yourself.
Sorry, how much? 60, you said?
I think 50. I think
all right, this one seems pretty good. Smoke Jumpers Grill.
Okay.
It's got a burger and fries as a picture. Meal pricing. Okay. $14.99 and under per adult.
That's pretty good.
That feels pretty reasonable.
Seems good. Yep.
Let's see. Because, I've heard horror stories of people going to Disney and not being prepared for the price tag on...
I see.
On, what do you call them? Refreshments and stuff?
So I think concessions. I think that, when we've gone to Wonderland, like, stuff is overpriced. And I don't think that it's insanely overpriced by the sounds of it. $14 Like, I'm thinking of McDonald's. Like, you pay 10 a person. It's like $10 to $12 for a meal at McDonald's. So 14 doesn't really sound outrageous,
I would
right?
even say like McDonald's now is like more between 12 and 14 for a meal. It's
There you
not
go.
as pricey.
Okay.
And to that end, I agree. Like, they've got fucking. I guess these restaurants are big on selling cups.
Oh, like theme cups.
Yeah, like this first section is seasonal offerings, but the entrees are
Okay.
between like $10 and $15, and
Okay.
then all the sides that you can add are between $1.50 for salsa, all the way up to $4.80 for some fries. I don't know
Okay.
why the fries are cheaper. Sorry, fries are more expensive than the bacon.
Hmm.
Here's where they get their money, though: the alcoholic beverages. This is on the
Oh, for sure.
breakfast menu. Their Irish cream breakfast cold brew coffee is $18.50.
That's more than the lunch.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
a regular breakfast cold brew coffee is $7.80.
Okay. So they add $11
It's
for the
crazy.
booze? Wow. So that's interesting. Nobody's getting ripped at Disney.
No, like even their supper meal, like their bacon double
Yeah.
cheeseburger, 17.29. This is all
Okay.
American, obviously, but
Yes. Yeah.
and then alcoholic beverages are between $16 and $19. That's wild. That's so crazy.
Yeah. If you
Four
want to get
four
ripped
eighty
at
for a bottle
Disney,
of water. Like, come on.
480?
Yeah, like that's
Oh, and you
ridiculous.
know they're not paying that much
Did
for
you
a
hear
bottle of
about
water.
the Wonderland put in a new ride? Was it Wonderland put in a
Well,
new ride? And
yeah, this year they just, yeah, yeah.
well, I guess I saw a few TikToks of people complaining about the execution, so they had to stand in line for like 6 hours to get on the ride.
So I don't know. I feel like the lines are long. And
Yeah,
if you're going to go on a new ride, the lines are going to be double as long.
and there was like no shade, and this was in the middle of the heat wave.
Okay.
And
The tropical heat wave.
yeah, and like no shade, no respite. I don't think there was access to bathrooms,
For
or
six
were there weren't
hours.
enough. Yeah, and like that's a long day standing in the sun.
Yeah.
Like,
For a ride.
and even if you got the fast pass, I feel like you'd still be standing
I'm
in
probably
line for a
still
very
waiting a
long time.
while. Yeah.
You can't go when
Oh,
it first
man.
opens. That's insane. You have to be like committed. I was gonna
So you're
say
going to wear an
crazy, but
adult diaper
yeah, like
for
because
this?
you can't. I don't know how long, like how much physical space the line would take.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
if it doubles back on itself a bunch, like you can't easily get in and out to someone save your spot while you go pee or whatever.
Right.
Especially
Yeah.
if you have, I mean, I don't imagine there'd be too many children in this kind of line, but
Yeah, no. I doubt they're allowed on the ride. I don't know.
and I would wager that if you had any other issues that would, you know, require you to be at a bathroom, you probably wouldn't be in the line to begin with. But
Maybe. Or just like if you're diabetic, there's no way you're standing in a line for 6 hours,
no, yeah, you'd have a
you know?
fucking stroke, an
Yeah.
embolism or something, you know, that's dangerous.
Truly. Yeah. So, but that being said, those are, I guess, more unique cases. Um, was it worth waiting for? Like, were they complaining afterwards even? They're like, I waited all this
That's a
time and it
good
wasn't good.
question, and I didn't get any of that kind of int. I
Okay.
didn't see any of those kind of TikToks talking about whether it was fun or not.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just
I was
couldn't get
just more
over it.
on the line of ridiculous theme park stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. I don't know. The suffering of this generation is very minimal, so perhaps they can handle
It's hard
six
to,
hours in
yeah.
the sun.
And then the here's the hard reality of it though. Like, it's I would agree with you. It feels like the suffering is less, but it's
Mm.
all still relative.
Yes, yeah,
So like,
we've discussed that before. Like, the worst thing that's ever happened to you is the worst thing that's ever
yeah, I want to
happened to you.
minimize
Yeah.
your whole experience with every fiber of my being because I'm a millennial, and go fuck yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But I really can't because it's not a nice thing to do. Because like, yeah, you're probably really hurting, and I at least know how that feels. Um,
Yeah, yeah. We just, I think we lose sympathy with the like the subject matter.
yeah, it kind of takes
Yeah.
away your ability to empathize when you're like, you're there with them, you're hurting with them, and then they tell you why, and you're like, oh, fuck off. Are you
You're like,
kidding
this is
me?
not the worst thing that's
Oh
happened
my
to
God.
me.
I want to hit you. Like, come
Yeah,
on. Yeah,
yeah.
that's brutal.
You're like, live through a few more like once in a lifetime experiences that are like absolutely what's the word? I don't want to say depleting, but sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Millennials, the
Yeah.
most like I feel like people sleep on millennials. You know that expression, like we're sleeping on whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like we're not paying enough attention to it.
Or it's like something awesome that people aren't aware of yet.
Or
Like,
that. Yeah.
like if you guys found this new food spot, like you're all sleeping on it, whatever kind of thing.
Yeah. I feel like people slept on the Gen X for a while, but then the children of the Gen X are becoming adults and they're like, "Oh, our parents are great." And they're like, "Yeah, dummies."
Yeah, we've
Like,
mastered this tightrope walk called life. Welcome to
yeah.
the shit show. Coolers full. Don't forget to replenish.
Yeah. Oh my God, replenish. Always
Fucking
replenish.
replenish. So I
She
saw
didn't
this
fucking
wild
replenish.
TikTok post that I think we should
Okay.
discuss.
Okay.
Discussed.
Please proceed.
It's called 1950s um, propaganda you still believe.
Oh, okay. Shoot.
So disclosure, full disclosure. I've not
Okay.
vetted any of this.
Okay.
This is just for fun. So the first one was open floor plans as propaganda,
Oh.
and the reason why is because soldiers were coming back from the war and they were going back into the workforce, and they
Mm-hmm.
had to tell Rosie the Riveter to go back home and be a housemaker or a stay-at-home mom or whatever it was.
Yeah,
And
you're not you've been demoted.
so, and
Yeah.
here's the really weird one is like the reason why was
Mm.
for like supervision purposes, so that uh I'm kind of just playing it here, so that like you could see what your wife is doing in your house while you're there, so you can make sure she's going back to being a wife and not this strong independent woman who managed to
Oh,
keep up the
interesting.
household the entire time the working male population of a country was gone.
So are we suggesting that the open floor plan is anti-feminist?
The re-domestication of women is what this thing is saying.
The re-domestication of women. Okay,
It's like
interesting.
they became feral or something without any kind of adult supervision.
Yeah, all these men around, all the men were gone, and we just started acting cray-cray, you know?
Yeah,
Interesting.
it comments on the lack of privacy in a thinking space when you're constantly being observed, or when not necessarily being observed, but you're constantly accessible. So
Yeah,
kids come running around the corner. Oh, hey, there you are, kind of
yeah.
thing. And from that point of view, you're like, oh, this makes
Ah,
perfect sense. And I just saw one of the comments, which was interesting. And kitchens should be their own separate space, just from a ventilation point of view.
agreed.
So
Yeah.
you can close off that room. If it gets smoky or hazy, you're not smoking out the rest of the house, which I mean, we've all done.
Yeah, and also, so like smells,
Yeah.
as even if as something as minimal as a smell traveling through the house, like that's actually like little particles of the oils of
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is, coffee,
What are those called?
bacon.
Like VOCs, or I don't know,
I think
free
so.
radicals or something crazy. I don't know.
Your free radical bacon is
Mm.
just leaching into all the walls in your whole house. Like, yikes.
The
No, it's true.
an
And
interesting.
we think the range hood is just gonna save us from all of this.
I know I do.
There you go.
One of the things that they talk about here too is how appliance manufacturers and furniture companies muckled onto this because now that everyone could see into your kitchen, it was a whole new era, I guess, for product placement.
Yeah, they were
Now,
like, oh shit, we have to make nice fucking fridge,
well,
nice
not only that,
stove.
we have to make it. They have to buy it. They have to want it. So let's
Yes.
make them need it by judging their whole ability as a human being by what they can afford and what they can make with that
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
which is crazy. Um, but ultimately,
Whoa.
really interesting if it's true because
This could be some like deep thought shit.
uh,
Like
it,
the boardroom meetings at fucking Kenmore, which was the brand that Sears created. Like I'm just trying to picture, okay, how do we get people to buy more stoves, more refrigerators, more a dishwasher? You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
all the things.
and I'm not sure like they sat down and went, "Oh, did you hear that they're sending all the women's back home?" So, and the
Yeah.
architects and engineers were so clever they came up with the open concept kitchen.
Yeah.
So heads up, guys, your wives are going to be wanting one, and you're able to supervise them now. They can always do everything you ask them because they're never out of sight.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like, plus, now we'll be able to judge the quality of their person by the kind of appliances that they use. Let's start making
Mm-hmm.
them feel like shit for not buying our stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're still buying the white enamel.
Yeah, exactly.
Ew.
You must be
Yeah.
poor.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yikes.
ridiculous. You want to hear another ridiculous one?
Totally. Totally.
I want this to be true because it makes perfect sense. But like ideal weight charts. Um,
BMIs?
yeah, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Not created by doctors or any kind of health professional.
Okay.
Can you guess which industry or which type of company?
The weight loss industry.
Well, no, not the weight loss industry. This. Oh, okay. I don't. We don't have to go into too much of a guessing game, but it was an insurance company,
Insurance. Wow.
and I mean
Health
from
insurance company.
it was I can't remember what it was called, which I want to
Huh.
write down so I can
I
look it
feel
up
blown
later.
away by that one. That's interesting.
It kind of makes sense because metropolitan life. I don't know if this is true or not, but I gotta look it up.
Hmm.
When they're giving you insurance, they're assessing you against the risks,
Yes.
and they're figuring out how much money they can afford. Uh,
To risk on you.
exactly.
Yeah.
So if they can just do this XY axis bullshit and
Yeah.
say because of how tall you are and because of how much your weight,
Based
your
on your
insurance is going to
age.
cost this much more.
Yeah.
And then I mean that's a
I'd
really
believe
interesting
that.
one. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's gotten through to everything. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I think we know a bit better now that BMI is a really bad metric for
Totally. Yeah.
if you want to understand your personal health, regardless
Mm-hmm.
of what the world tells you. Don't
Mm-hmm.
start with your BMI. It's not a
Mm-hmm.
great place to be. It's certainly
No.
not motivating, and it's factually incorrect. But I mean, it's
Yeah,
the
like I feel
propaganda.
like at, I don't want to say at my lowest weight, because I don't know if that's accurate, but when I was like regularly active, when you know, I don't want to say watched what I ate, but I was like consciously eating consciously. I was not like pigging out all the time, whatever. My BMI was still like in the top end of like borderline, not average, and whatever the next category would be like risk. Like
Yeah,
I don't know what the categories are titled, but it was like just like one notch away from being a problem.
yeah.
And I'm like, if I'm a problem, like I was like, if I look around, I see so many people who appear to be more problem than me. And what are they? You know?
I just listened to another podcast where this health guy was talking about. I'm not quite sure he's a health guy, and he said some things that made me question a lot the rest of the show. So I'm taking
Okay.
this with a huge grain of salt. Although I believe this to be accurate. Being overweight
Hmm.
is a significant contributor to like any ailment you might have.
Okay.
So
Fair.
so not only does being overweight you just make your body work harder, and so when you're and it's like a vicious cycle because if you're overweight you're going to want to work out less and move less because you're going to be
Hmm.
tired because you're carrying the extra weight. Um,
Hmm.
so it's a bit of a nasty cycle that way.
Hmm.
And then of the fat tissue, I suppose, releases hormones as well into the body.
Yeah, so adipose tissue is full of estrogen.
Oh, okay.
I heard this on a podcast as well. And
Science.
I don't want to say I believe, like, I believe that that data is accurate. Like, I didn't go in and read
No, and
the
it's up to
article or
everyone to
whatever
figure it out
medical,
on their own too.
yeah.
Like, don't take our word for it. We're
But I do think that that is valid for so many reasons. And like specifically within myself, if I've packed on some pounds, I'm like more moody. And like, no offense, estrogen, but like, if you're not balancing that out with other hormones,
mm-hmm.
if that's the one that's like peaking, that's bad news bears.
Yeah,
You know, you don't want to let estrogen be leading the pack, so to speak. So, yeah, I would be inclined to believe that for sure.
and then other things too, like
Other hormones too. Yeah.
yeah, it would just inflammation in general is
Mm-hmm.
a huge aggravating factor for most illnesses.
Mm-hmm.
And being overweight just increases inflammation.
Totally.
So like you can understand from a risk assessment point of view, assuming someone who is overweight would be more at risk. Maybe they're not because this the problem with these ideal weight charts is they don't account for things like your actual physical health and your
Mm-hmm.
level of fitness. It's just
Mm-hmm.
two numbers.
Or activity level,
Right.
or
Like
yeah.
you so the chart could be telling you you're obese and you're not whatsoever.
Right.
Um, or it could be telling you you're ideal and you're not whatsoever,
Right.
right?
Right.
Um, but interesting from an insurance point of view, like if you do
Mm-hmm.
get sick despite being healthy, you are now more at risk because you're carrying extra weight. And I have no idea what that limit is, and I'm sure it's individual. Like maybe the extra
Right.
fat that I'm carrying is already putting me at risk. Do you know what I mean? I don't
Okay.
know if it's harming me or not, but I guess the idea here is they wanted people to
To
be a
to
certain
follow that,
yeah,
yeah,
so
that
that
metric.
they would
Yeah,
pay out fewer claims. I'm assuming.
I
I don't
guess.
know. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just a weird nebulous kind
It's
of
an interesting mashup, if you will, of those like statistics,
well, and I
more
mean
or less. Yeah.
it's a really you're right, and it's a really interesting uh, challenge too because when I heard that I went, man, this makes perfect sense that they would do that, and
Mm-hmm.
also I just assumed I didn't even realize I had this assumption. I
Mm-hmm.
just I just thought like this made sense that something like the ideal weight chart or the BMI or whatever was a medical or healthcare designed product. And it
Okay.
wasn't until I heard that I realized it could be someone else. And we've spent how many years of our lives thinking that health medical professionals rather are telling us, this is healthy weight, this is not healthy weight. When
Yep.
in reality, it wasn't anything medical at all. So I don't know if it was
Wow.
scientifically driven. That's why I want to look into it because they may have done studies or whatever and came to some logical conclusion that these are good references for you to live by, guidelines
Mm-hmm.
rather. Um, that begs many more questions like bias and who paid for it and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But how many things in our lives do we assume come from a credible source, and B, the correct credible source?
Mm-hmm.
I bet you there's so much more that we just take for granted and don't realize.
Is my screen blacked out right now?
It is not. Do
Okay,
you want it
good.
to be?
No, it says low device storage and that I should free up some space to keep recording, but I don't know. I will do that quickly. I know how to do that. Anyways,
The third
I
one on this.
wanted to
Oh,
add,
never
sorry,
mind.
you have
Yeah.
more.
No,
Okay.
keep at. No, no, go ahead.
I had heard that along these lines, that here, I'll remove. Oh my God, I had way too many podcast episodes downloaded. Let's see if that helps. Um, the creation of the lawn.
That's the next one that I was gonna.
Oh shit. Okay, go
That's so
ahead.
funny that you brought that up.
Okay,
I'm skipping over the gendered toys one because it just feels like I don't want to talk about
that.
gender. Um,
Yeah,
it's like boys wear blue and girls wear pink type stuff. But
yeah, yeah.
so the lawn one is cool. It became so they talk about it being a symbol of success, not
Yes,
not providing any food or any shade, just grass
yes,
that you can't use.
yeah,
And like most things in post-war America, it wasn't an accident. The rise of suburbia came with a new national image. The tidy uniform lawn was about nature, it was about conformity. Developers and advertisers pushed the idea that a well kept lawn meant that you were a respectable, responsible citizen.
yeah.
Which is funny because it means that at that time, like it's the height of the Cold War. So if you don't have a nice, well manicured lawn and well kept, you're a communist.
Your POS. Yeah.
Which I think is just such a funny like
So they,
alternative. You can either be a respectable model citizen or you're
yeah,
communist.
yeah. I heard that this started in like the era of, we'll say, medieval times, like after medieval times, that like the lawn became a symbol of success because, as you mentioned, you had this huge piece of land that you weren't even growing anything
Yeah.
on. LOL, I have all this space and all this land, and I'm so rich, I don't have to use it at all.
Yeah.
It can just grow grass. LOL. And that makes perfect sense because there was like so much, especially like of royalty, is based on appearing a certain way, right? Whether or not you are that way is besides the point.
Mm-hmm.
It's the idea of that you appear to be. So yeah, the creation of the front lawn is just that. And yeah, obviously they remixed it, brought it back, put it in suburban neighborhoods, and they were like, kaboom! Now we all are so rich
We've
that
all
we can
made it.
all, yeah, we all have
We
lawns. Yeah.
succeeded. As a country, we are the top. They also talk about not growing food uh, to if people grew their own food, it would
Yes.
disrupt the booming processed food economy. Is
Yes.
another
Okay.
point that they made. Oh, and this one I love. You know, like the Stanford prison experiment.
Yes.
You give people
For
control.
those listening, yeah, sorry. Could you refresh?
Yeah, a group of people goes into prison as guards, and a group of people go into prison as prisoners. And long story short, the guards will start to treat the prisoners like prisoners, and vice versa. The prisoners
Mm-hmm.
will start to treat the guards like guards. Um, you give people authority, like they say, power corrupts, and
Mm-hmm.
absolute power corrupts absolutely. Meaning,
Mm-hmm.
if you give someone absolute power, it's not a question of if; it's just a matter of when they'll be corrupted
Mm-hmm.
by it. Um, and and this next point for the lawn as a 1950s piece of propaganda is how
Mm-hmm.
homeowners associations are lawn enforcers. They're almost like
Whoa.
forcing you to A, not look like a commie, and B, follow the fucking rules.
Yeah.
I've seen.
It is outlined in my mom's condo board
Okay.
that you cannot grow anything that produces like a type of food or anything that you can eat or ingest.
And they're gonna say it's to keep animals away.
Pests away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
but
And it's
it's
not true
not.
at all. It's to
No.
fucking anyway. Again,
Yeah.
this is a number that's huge. 100 billion a year Americans
100
will spend
billion.
on lawn care.
100 billion a year.
I'm not surprised by that figure, though I
Wow.
haven't verified it.
Okay. Imagine if people spent that for good.
I mean,
Is that crazy to think like we could all collectively spend that money? It's probably not that much. Or maybe you don't do the whole lawn, you do, I don't know, whatever.
yeah, because we're talking
Shit could change.
like I'm assuming that's just things that people spend on their lawns, not the fact that they had to buy a place that had a lawn.
Yeah, yeah, like the seed, the soil or sand, whatever you're using, the tools you use to put it out, the maintenance of it, maybe the water
Fuel,
costs are tied
watering,
into
yeah,
it. Yeah.
operations, like it's insane.
Yeah, I just I don't know. We're definitely returning to a time of people having to grow their own shit.
Yeah, it kind of makes um, it makes sense
Yeah.
to grow your own stuff. I'm
Yeah.
not crazy about a lot of vegetables, but we grow a ton, and Cassie eats most of them, and I eat some of them. But
Mm-hmm.
we do it. She does it, uh, and I like it. You know, it's nice to know that this is like as green as I get.
Yeah.
I like having the bees around. I like having all the bugs and knowing the
Accoutrement.
flowers are like we got
So
flowers
it's
and stuff too. So it's kind of nice to be
yeah.
like to give back. It's the weirdest way to say it. It makes zero sense, but
Mm-hmm.
I love the idea of having a super slick looking lawn. And like
Yes.
from a comfort point of view, like our lawn is lumpy and hard.
Yeah.
And some of the lumps aren't smooth either. So like if I could spend some money, I would take it right down, scarify it, aerate it, fucking sand it, seed it, fertilize it, water it, and it would grow perfect. But like there's so many problems with that. Number one, it would be good just to have the flat lawn, and it's a little bit more fun to play on, a little bit safer
Mm-hmm.
for the kids. But
Mm-hmm.
like now, you've got to maintain it.
Yeah.
It's not just getting it; it's keeping it, and that's fucking work.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it's easy to comprehend how hard it is to keep one grass growing in an area. Because you look in your yard and you're like, oh, it's not all the same grass. That's why
It's
there's
not
all
all the
different
same
lengths,
grass.
different colors, different shades, different shapes. It's like to keep one grass, especially in Canada, man, where like everything's built on sand and shit. Like
Yeah, I
shit
think of
travels.
our yard is like very clay-y, um, which is fine, but it just like it's so uncomfortable to walk on
Yeah,
if there is no grass,
yeah.
right? Like it's awful. Yeah,
So yeah, the 1950s propaganda for mowing your lawn, and I mean
it's real.
it's very like it's a. I don't think you can go back.
Right.
I
And
don't.
sorry, if I may, I will add this. It's a funny TikTok I showed Jordan years ago, where a man is standing on his front step, and the words on the screen are like the call of all dads on a Saturday morning
Yeah,
about to go mow their lawn, and it's the sound of the dwarves in Snow White. Hi
yeah, yeah,
ho!
yeah.
So whenever Jordan will go out to mow the lawn, or not every time, but like I often will be like, hi ho. Or if I hear another man starting his lawnmower, I'm like, that's the call, buddy. You got to go answer it. Like it's like the bat signal in the sky.
Yeah, I have one question for you.
Hearing another man's lawnmower going. What?
How do you know it's another man's lawnmower?
Because exactly what? this whole thing, this propaganda,
Yeah. The
it's
1950s were so
working.
successful. Yeah, it's true
It's
though.
still happening today
The
because it is. Go
well,
outside.
the
Like
the ge-
90% of the time, it's a dude mowing the lawn.
the gender toys one was all about propaganda and marketing. The
Okay.
next one I want to talk about is all about propaganda and marketing. So you're absolutely right. Like
Okay. Okay.
the 1950s worked on us. Um,
Yeah.
I
It's
do
still alive and well
I do
today.
think that homeowners associations should have a deeper selection process than hiring the cuntiest person they can find.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen so many horrendous videos online of like HOA presidents coming up with tape measures and shit, and it's like we're gonna have a real big problem here if you don't shut the fuck up. Like,
Yeah.
don't measure my patio furniture, and like even ones like demanding like I need a key to your house. Like, there's zero fucking
No.
chance.
This is not a
Yeah, I'll
hotel.
build fucking
No.
Trump's wall around my property and you can fuck right off. This is
Yeah.
insanity. I would absolutely fucking lose my mind if I had to live in a place outside of like what we already do, where there's
Yeah.
bylaws, there's like noise restrictions and shit. You can't
Yeah.
just live however you want. But
No.
man, if someone came up with a fucking checklist and measurements and templates and stuff, oh, I'd be looking for some mafia cement. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to bury a body. This is not.
Mm-hmm.
This is no bueno. Anyway,
Yeah, I feel like yeah. Sorry. Are there more? Was that it?
there's a few more. One is
Okay.
tilted mirrors at
Tilted mirrors.
at malls and stuff like that, in change rooms and in bathrooms.
Oh,
You ever
okay,
see
okay,
like the
okay.
mirror where the top is a little bit
It's like
closer to?
skewed.
Yeah, it just
Mm-hmm.
provides a more pleasing reflection of your own body. So when you're
Mm-hmm.
trying on clothes, you think they look better on you in the store, and you get home and you're like, when did this loaf of bread come out? Do you know what I mean? You're like, this is not
Yeah.
how I made my decision. I saw
Yeah.
something totally different. But
Yeah.
that one's a simple one, but it's kind of insidious, right? It's like it's like on the surface, it's just like, oh, we just want you to look good. But it's
Mm-hmm.
like, no, it's I want you to only look good when you're in my store willing to spend money. After
Yeah.
that, I don't care how you look, because then you're going to come back and try to find more things that make you look good. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
a vicious circle.
Yeah.
There's a few more. Something about nuclear families.
Clear families.
Well, this is an interesting one too. Like, I don't know about this is propaganda, but in North America, it's very much like the nuclear family was like mom, dad, 2.5 kids, right?
Okay.
But what I would say, I'm not a fucking sociologist or anything like that, but it's like your standard family unit, whatever that is, couple of
Mm-hmm.
parents in whatever form, fit, or fashion, and then whatever
Mm-hmm.
kind of kids. But like it's adults and children living together as a family,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't have a lot of extended family. We don't have a lot of parents living in. We don't have a lot of
Mm-hmm.
like cousins and shit like that, which is common in many other places in the world where you would
Almost
support each other.
everywhere else. Yeah.
And like the idea that I saw a comedian talking about it, where he's like, oh, it was Jimmy. No, oh god, he's gonna kill me. He's on Netflix. He's really funny.
Okay.
An Asian guy. I actually sent a TikTok about it. He does this big rant. I sent it to you.
Okay.
He's the one too. He did the one a long time ago. He's like, I want Amazon before. Tell me what I want before I know what I want. Um,
Is it the same guy who talks about uh that they give way too many fucking napkins at takeout places?
I'm not sure. It might be the same guy.
Oh, okay, okay.
But he talks about how like he sends money to his mom, and they're like, "Why?" He's like, "Why not? Send money to your mom. You love her." And he talks about how when you love something, you give it money. And he anyway,
Okay.
because like you love your lawn, you spend money on it
Mm.
to make it look
Mm-hmm.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you know, if you love your mom, give her money.
Yeah.
But I guess a lot of other cultures they would send money back to their families to
Right.
support them or whatever. But like in
Yeah.
North America, it's very like fly the coop kind of
You do
attitude.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your life is yours now. I'll be enjoying mine without you, kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. But What else? What else? What else? What else? Again, if you
That
want
is
a
a
nuclear
really
family,
interesting
you're a
thought
commie.
experiment. If you want a nuclear family, you're a commie. Uh-oh.
What's the thought experiment?
Oh, just like the way that we I don't want to say lack support, but we aren't expected to show up for the elderly in the same way that they do in other countries and
Yes.
cultures.
Yeah.
Um, why don't we do that? Like the concept of the old age home is heartbreaking in a lot of ways. Like some people just genuinely don't have anyone to care for them. I get that. Some people require more care than a person can give.
Yeah. Hmm.
That's a valid thing too. I just, if your aging parent just needs somewhere to live, I don't know.
Especially if you
Nanny suite.
enjoy your autonomy.
Yes.
Like, and
Yes.
I wonder, like, now that's sort of where we're at. Do you think, when our kids are grandparents, do you think it's going to be completely different where they're going to
I don't know.
absolutely have to live on their own because they refuse to live with other people? Like
Okay.
after adulting for so long, I know, like, for millennials, I feel like we're okay with that. We want the autonomy. We don't necessarily feel the need to surround ourselves with people. Um,
No, I feel like so many millennials are introverted, like deeply introverted, and like cannot wait to be alone,
hmm Just
have my
prize our alone
alone time.
time. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Why is that?
I don't
Like
know.
that's a so my friends and I were at the beach this morning and we were talking about the trickle down effect of the way that we parent today. Because the trickle down effect of the way our parents parented is us, right? And the way that like we like being alone and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of us are introverted and a lot of us are trying to parent differently and there's so many things that I could name, but these are just a couple. We won't know what that trickle down effect is of our parenting until our kids are our age,
Yeah,
which is like crazy because right now we're just like don't know what we're doing,
yeah,
doing our
yeah.
best,
Just a wild
reading the
experiment.
books. Yeah, listening to some of the advice our parents are
Just
giving us
raw
and
dogging parenting. That's
kind
raw
of,
dogging
yeah.
life. I'll say, but I'll edit that out. That's not a good start.
That's not a good.
I don't edit the
Uh,
episode. I don't cut things out. I might cut that out. I might cut that part out.
yeah, that's serious, guys. That's real
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
serious.
I'm gonna get
Yeah,
fucking Chad Hansen or what the hell his name was.
somebody, anybody.
There's no GameCube.
But like, do you know what I mean? I feel like there's just no way of knowing that what we're doing is
Is right, or at the
right or
end,
wrong or what that looks like
or
or
yeah, what
how it's
any
going
of
to
the outcomes will
affect.
be. Yeah,
Yeah,
and there's so
yeah.
many variables outside of that too. Like yeah, we're talking about parenting, but I think by and large the way people turn out is an environmental thing. um,
Right.
it's going to be the
Yeah.
people they spend their time with and how they interact with those people.
Teachers, principals, coaches, like
Yeah, friends.
as a parent, I think as soon as your kid goes to out of the house for 8 hours a day, they become a product of their environment, and that environment is
Out of
wherever
your
they are.
control a lot of the
Yeah.
time. Yeah,
And even if they were at home and it's quote unquote in your control, you're only doing so much
yeah, yeah.
in the grand scheme of their life, right? Like I've had the chance to like stay home for a number of years with Anson and then with Isla, and I feel like it's still, I don't say it doesn't fucking matter, but like kind of not.
Yeah.
I don't like Anson's been in school for he's going on 4 years. That's almost half his, you know what I mean? Like it's the impact that he has received is based on that of outside of the house influences at this
Exactly.
point.
Yeah, and
and
that ratio
still so young.
continues to go in favor of outside the house influence
Yeah, yeah,
as they get older.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy.
So you're right. Like it isn't totally environmental, totally like what is it, socio economic, I don't know,
One of
whatever
those
that
words.
is. Yeah, yeah. Outside of
Extra
parenting.
household influence. Yeah,
Outer housing. Yeah, that one.
yeah, that's an interesting point. I'll pay attention to it if I remember this conversation when I'm 90, and our kids are raising kids. God, that'd be fucking insane.
Or their kids are raising kids. Do you think we'll grow to see our great grandkids? Like, are we just going to be living longer and longer as humans? Is that a
Barring
thing?
extra household variables like getting hit by a bus, yeah,
The
I think so.
accidents, yeah.
I think we're gonna live. I think we're gonna live a lot longer.
Can I just say, it is scaring me how many aviation accidents there have been in the last 12 months.
There's been a ton. Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
too high.
Yeah, too
People need
damn
to,
high. We gotta
yeah,
bring that
people
meme
need
back.
to reel it
Yeah,
in the aviation world. Like, we need a 90% success rate or better,
yeah.
you know?
I'm glad it's mostly the United States. I don't think Canada has suffered too greatly. So that's a
Right.
really bad way of putting it. You're right.
Yeah. It was
Uh,
there was a US aircraft at Pearson that encountered an issue.
I'm glad
That
that
made me nervous, but
uh, I'm not glad that that people are getting injured and killed because of
for
this.
sure.
Just super
I think
grateful as
we
someone
can we
who
all just assume that that's like the baseline thought process of everyone. Like nobody's happy
yeah, woo, I
about
fucking
that. Yeah.
told you. Yeah, like it's wild. I don't know if that was because I know they fired so many people in the FAA and then a
Yeah.
bunch of this
Oh,
shit
right.
started happening. Like, what did
Right.
you expect would happen when people stopped watching the sky?
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't know. And we do live in a very difficult time where the no one wants to tell anyone the truth ever.
Hmm.
There's like the truth
The
is
truth hurts people's feelings, and then feelings get hurt, and then people don't know how to express their feelings, and then they sue somebody because they didn't consent to hurting their feelings, whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'm
well,
going overboard, but like
and
it's just extreme.
I think that's part of it, and I think the other part too is like they don't want people to know the truth. So if they don't tell them what happened, no one has to take responsibility.
Yeah, yeah,
And I think there's the pilot, the helicopter, and the airplane that crashed into each other.
yeah.
I didn't really follow up on it too much after the fact, but I don't
You're just
recall
like, I
anyone being
wasn't
like,
on that. Thank God.
"This is the official answer that makes
Hmm.
sense that everyone will like." I don't know.
Accept.
Sometimes I think it goes. Uh, I think you can read the news, you can see the headlines, and
Hmm.
you're reading what's going on, and you hear their explanation for it, and you just kind of
Okay.
understand. You're like, I don't know if this happens to you, but you're like, this seems really not like the right answer. Uh,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like,
There's an air of suspicion.
yeah, air travel is one of, like, if not the safest mode of transportation.
Yeah.
And you're
And
telling
like
me
well, the most well documented.
yeah, you're telling me this has nothing to do with you firing all the people that have made it safe?
Right.
I don't know. That
Don't
doesn't
know.
track. But they're not going to
Seems
take responsibility for fucking
suspicious.
cutting government spending to save money,
Yeah.
despite it costing lives and in a statistically insignificant but culturally like reverberating way.
Hmm.
You watch two fucking airborne vehicles collide into each other, people are going to notice.
Yeah, are we like not more worried about this happening again or ever at all?
And I guess that's my point because Malcolm Gladwell, Canadian author, wrote a lot of good books. But one of the points in one of his books is like aviation accidents don't ever happen for one reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a multitude of things that have had to happen in that sequence in order for this outcome to happen. And that's
Yeah.
more like the stars aligning, not like why couldn't you have predicted this sequence of events that resulted in this outcome? Because it's
Mm-hmm.
impossible. You can't predict everything happening this way. There's too many permutations, not going to happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, like that stuff is preventable in many cases
Mm-hmm.
with the right checks and balances, and they just fired a whole bunch of them, and they're like, well, what did you expect was going to happen? You can't
Yeah,
just
because
turn
now
off the
they
tap.
can't.
Yeah,
Yeah, they can't do those checks and balances as you mentioned
yeah, just so bizarre.
correctly. Yeah, bad move, guys. Bad move. Oh gosh, I had a thought while you're talking. It was related to what we were talking about, but I think it's gone.
I hate when that happens.
It's just my brain all the time, just like fleeting thoughts in and out. It's like a whirlwind.
Yeah, I want to start like writing down shit so that what our podcast should be is, instead of how we used to have a list of things we'd come in with,
Yeah,
it honestly should
write
be
shit down
it
as you're doing it.
it no it, not even that. It should be, here's a list of all the random thoughts that I've had since the last episode
Oh
with
God,
no context, and then
right.
it would be really fun to try to guess. The hard part about this is we'd have to write them down,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
almost impossible from the get-go.
Yeah. I remember growing up and there being some older women who carried around with them like a little memo pad,
Okay.
the kind that you could like fit in your little pochette,
Mm-hmm.
with a pen that went into there was a ring at the top because it was one of those flip over type things with the coil
Oh yes, yes, like the
at the
little
top,
cop
spiral.
notepads, like the where were
Yeah.
you, and you, yeah.
And you had a miniature pen tucked inside there. And these women wrote everything down. And I think that was how that generation dealt unknowingly with ADHD. Like all those women were probably like having fleeting thoughts constantly. And they were just like, oh, write it down, write it down. And that was like the best thing ever. Because that's what they still say now. Just write the fucking thing down, right? Anyway, I'm still not doing it. I still need a notepad. I still,
Yeah,
I'm not taking my
it's
own advice.
well, and it's people without ADHD, or who just live normal lives, would hear this conversation and go, well, that's real simple. You just carry around a notebook, and you have a thought, you take it out, you write it down. Well, first of
But
all,
there's like 14 steps to get there.
I have
Yeah.
to have I'm going to have the thought, and
Yeah.
then I have to have the second thought, which is better write this down.
Yes.
I might just be so consumed by the thought that I wouldn't even think to write it down. And then I'm thinking about it,
Oh man.
and then here's the next most likely outcome. A,
Yes.
most likely not having that follow-up thought. B, I then need to have my pen and paper on me,
Yep.
or my writing tools on me. Um, and if they're not easily accessible while they're on me, not happening. I'm probably going to forget them at home more often than not. Like, oh shit, I forgot my
Agreed.
notepad to
Same.
write down my thought. I'm such an idiot. I'd love to write down my thought, but I can't because I left my notebook at home. And you
Hmm.
see how it just turns into a problem.
And it's waiting for me over at home. Yeah.
Yeah, and now instead of improving in my life and enjoying my well-being, I'm now constantly just reshaming myself for forgetting the thing that's supposed to help me remember the things I'm not supposed to forget.
In the first place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just it's not nice.
It's not nice.
Yeah, so that's why I just generally don't write anything down. I live by the seat of my pants. If I don't remember it, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, somebody said like if you don't remember it, it was a lie, which I'm like, that's dramatic.
Yeah, I've told so many lies
Or
in my life.
yeah, I've lied about so much. Or it wasn't important. I'm like, sometimes it is really important, which makes me more embarrassed, as you were describing, like the shame, the embarrassment, the loop. Then I fall into that and I'm like, oh, I'm more embarrassed. I'm more ashamed.
Mm-hmm.
no bueno,
And
right?
like from a philosophical point of view, mostly always, like nothing's really that important,
Sure, yeah.
right? So now I'm trying to live like
All
figure out,
this temporary.
but now it's like I'm trying to find out the appropriate level of philosophy to live by, because I can't just go on and be like, well,
Okay,
truly I recognize that all of these things that bother me or stress me out don't matter. So okay,
yeah.
now I just won't care about anything. And then Olivia comes up to me and she's scared. I'll be like, why? I know you're
You
like
don't have to worry about being
it's not
scared,
important.
dear.
This is all pretend. You know what I mean? There are no
Your brain made
consequences.
it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason why you care is because society told you that you should think this way. And it all
Yeah.
started in the 1950s with perfectly manicured lawns.
Oh man. So true. So true.
Yeah.
I was having this philosophical conversation moments ago, I guess hours ago at this point, but with Jordan, where I was saying that I've been trying for years to like live out loud the way I think I should be living out loud. Because in my head, I was like, there's like a lot of sadness and a lot of anger. Like if we go to Inside Out
Yeah.
and we have a look inside of my brain, like I think sadness is at the helm and then
Yeah.
anger's right beside, and like joy and disgust are like fighting for equal parts, equal time, on the playing field. But all this to say is not even like maybe under a year ago, like at the start of the school year, I remember having this conscious thought where I was like, I need to also be doing things that make me feel like, and then this is going to sound super off the wall, but like make me feel like life is fun enough to live. Like,
Yeah.
so that when I look back at this time in my life, I'm not just inundated with, well, I did all the tasks that I was supposed to do as a parent, as a mom, as an employee, as all these fictitious roles that we make up in our
Yeah.
philosophical world. Um, and not just look back at life and think, oh, but I did all the things, so that was good. And I would like to also look back and be like, oh, but I had fun doing it.
Yeah.
Like give more space for joy to I don't say take over, uh, but I think what I'm trying to say is like that oh fuck, I'm trying to tie it back into what you were saying. Uh
Like
the
thriving and
philosophical, yeah, sorry, the philosophical pretend space that we're all making up
yeah, yeah, yeah.
is really all in our heads, and like we all should be making space for all the things to be okay.
Yeah.
Is that like
Yeah, you're
making any sense at all?
I think
Because I
so.
feel like I was trying so hard to just focus on the quote unquote should do's, and there's in the world, in life, there's the must do's, the should do's, and then there's the like shit that I don't need to be doing, but that's like kind of really entertaining and fun. And like I was trying to cut that out of life. But I think the philosophical piece that you were just mentioning, the important part about life is like doing all of those things. Obviously, you can't get away from the must do's. The should do's are going to be in there too. But like, what about like the just do
Hmm. Just
also?
cause.
Just cause,
Yeah,
yeah.
you want to look back and know that you thrived and not just survived. It's
Yeah, and what
well,
kind of to bring it back to parenting, like in the uh when our kids are older and like the proof is in the pudding of how we raise them or whatever, like, isn't it also important for them to see that like life can be enjoyable?
Mm-hmm.
And like, what does that look like? And I think just to like maybe dive deep into this conversation that I had with Jordan, I was just verbal diarrheaing, um, is like there's so much enjoyment in life, and why do we sometimes not allow ourselves to have it?
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of us are in a place, I know I have been in a place where I was like not letting myself find joy.
You know why?
Yeah. No, I don't
No,
know why.
here's the answer. It's so simple.
It's so simple.
So
Okay.
simple. Well, number one, like we've not been set up for success.
As a culture,
Eh,
as a people, as a,
I'd say both.
okay.
We aren't meant to believe that all of that's true. We're still
Okay.
fighting like those previous generations, the archetypal journey of
9 to
everyone.
5,
Yeah, right. Like
career
it's
jobs, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
the 9 to 5. This was an interesting one. Um, Popularized, not invented, but popularized by Henry Ford.
Yes.
Was when you think about the old silent films where they have like Charlie Chaplin on the conveyor belt just running the assembly line, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
if people who owned companies and ran countries still had their way, people would be working around the clock nonstop. There are some places in the world that still do that. The only reason
Right.
why
Yeah.
unions mattered back then, I'm not sure. I don't know enough about unions now to make any sort of um, responsible statement on them.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why unions exist, they created a balance between creating and optimizing profits for a company to create an
Yeah.
economic market that people could participate in, and
Yeah.
also respecting the sovereignty of the individuals working there
Mm-hmm.
as members of that economy who need to now go out and take the money that you're paying them and buy the things that you're making them. Otherwise, it's
Mm-hmm.
all pointless. Um, but yeah, like the the notion that I feel like
Of enjoying that was unheard of.
yeah, that was unheard of to begin with. We didn't
Yeah.
have free time or spare time or
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
That's why like the structure of a 9 to 5 and weekends off and like why everybody's living for the weekend. I mean, that song's been around, I don't know, when did that come out? The 70s?
80s,
Working for
70s,
the
80s,
weekend,
yeah,
sorry.
lover boy.
And then taking your 2 weeks vacation and going away and like the only leisure or enjoyment you get out of life is when you're not working. And it's kind of like,
It's
what the fuck are we
antithetical to
doing?
your you should be yeah, you're
What
right.
the fuck we
But we
doing,
just we
bruh?
we, we don't live yeah, that's what it was. We're not supported to we're still come like we're trying to come out of that old mode of living
Yes,
and get
we are.
towards where like no one really cares where you are when you're working because everything's going to be remote anyway. No one
Yeah.
cares, you know what I mean? There's no dress code in HR policy because no one has to. We're all going to be. We're so close to being fucking legit avatars on the screen. No one's ever going
Yeah.
to see your real fucking face anymore.
Yeah.
Um,
Sorry, dress. What did you say? You said
like
dress code.
yeah, it won't matter. There won't be any HR violations because your skirt was too short or your shirt was
That
offensive.
just that just sprung a memory of a TikTok that I saw or a reel that my friend sent me this week, um, about like how children today, like 20-year-olds today, would not survive in the millennial like aughts, like between 2005 and 2015. Like they would just perish. They would simply not survive because it was trying times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And there were dress codes when you went out, and like that doesn't exist anymore. People don't dress, there's no dress codes for like going out.
yeah.
You can show up in your sweats and your sneakers and be allowed in. And I was like, That's insane. I didn't even know this.
Yeah, yeah.
And
We
then
don't want
also,
your street trash out here. Like we
right.
got an image to uphold.
Yeah. No, genuinely. Like there were places that, I remember being scared. Are they going to let me in? Like I'm wearing shorter heels tonight, stupid shit like that. But
They didn't
anyway,
care what
sorry.
size my heels were. Yeah, my ass looked great no
But
matter what I was wearing.
yeah, they were just like, oh, Colin, come on
Yeah, yeah,
in.
yeah. He must work out.
Um, he does not skip leg day for sure. Yeah.
Oh man, that's too funny.
But yeah, sorry. I feel like I was just tying this into what you were saying, how the world is evolving and has evolved so much, but our mental state has not.
Yeah, we haven't changed our like attitude or approach to that. I think you're right. And honestly, this is the sad reality. We're just waiting for people to die for this to change.
I was just going to say boomers who refuse to retire,
People,
who
yeah,
don't leave the workforce, who are literally dying at their places of work. Like they don't know what else to do. And I don't want to say I feel bad for them. They have made their own bed, they can sleep in it. But like the way that the world worked then and like how it created this entire generation of people, and again the trickle down effect of all that, and how we want to uphold those morals and values for some reason, like we think that that's the right way to go, and then seeing that the world has changed and evolved, like you said, people are working remotely, there's no dress codes, HR violations are probably at an all-time low.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
unreal. Yeah.
Especially because everything is recorded now. You can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's problematic too because we don't really pursue careers that are meant to be fulfilling. They're meant to be either a part of your identity, like an outward facing version of yourself that you desperately want the world to see,
Yeah.
or something that contributes to like the greater good or whatever, right? But
Yeah. How are we helping the world?
well, and yeah, how are we helping? How are we contributing? Like a lot of other cultures, uh, I I don't know that this is exactly a thing these days. Um,
Mm-hmm.
uh, Certainly before like World War II time frame, you would be an apprentice. You would learn a skill or a craft, or a trade, and
Yeah.
you would become good at it. Especially if you were in sort of like a making kind of a job, like a
Mm-hmm.
carpenter or
A physical like
a builder or
tooling.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you would take care to do your job well and make it look
Yeah.
good at the same time.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and you could keep working until your body quit on you. You didn't have to wait till retirement because your job wasn't sucking the soul out of you and
Yeah.
breaking your body at the same time. You were
Yeah.
able to live and work harmoniously with your job. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there's, and this is part of what I mean by we're not set up to live any other way, because the to afford anything these days, like you're gonna do whatever the fuck you can to work. You're gonna find a job and you won't care.
Yeah, so many people are working two jobs, have full-time jobs and then jobs on the side, and then both parents are doing this, and then, you're paying up childcare so that you can go work to pay the bills that you can't afford. It's crazy.
And now your kid's being raised by other people, and like
It's wild. It's crazy. Yeah.
people do terrible things, and then the cops show up and their parents are like, oh no, not my boy. I know him, he would never, like, you don't know who the
And
fuck you're talking to half the time anyway.
whoa, that's a crazy thought too.
And that's why like
Not knowing your
having a
kids.
meaningful connection with people matters.
Mm-hmm.
Not only would you be able to protect yourself better by avoiding people who you can tell are fucking killers,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe if you're, loving and giving space to the people in your life, they would go that road. If we
Right.
cared a little bit more.
Right.
We got
You
all
know,
kinds of problems.
I don't want to say in summary, but we discussed earlier millennials loving our isolation, loving our loneliness, and like to be honest, that's why we fail a lot because I think, I don't want to say the truth is, I don't know it to be true. I think there's like these sort of little secrets that you uncover as you get older. At least that's how I feel my life is going. And one of them is meaningful connection with others. So, like, it might not be a huge group of people, but it's people with whom your values align, that you can have meaningful conversations with, that you can talk to and like feel better about it after and not feel like shitty
Mm-hmm.
or I'm notorious for coming home after hanging out with my friends and being like, I fucking didn't shut up the whole time. What the fuck is wrong with me? Like I do that a lot. And I don't know if this is across the board, how many people feel this way, if it's all millennials, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's just a handful of people. But I think if you have meaningful connection, those sorts of moments happen less, or I hope they do, or I feel like they are. Maybe it's just getting older and I care less about what other people think. I don't fucking know. Um, but that's like one of these sort of little uh, pockets of life that I feel like I'm in, that I'm uncovering to get to, we'll say like that if we were playing a video game, like I got to level up to
Yeah.
the next place to, and then have this skill about how to be human to get to the next one and be like, oh, I'm doing human stuff better now
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
of whatever the next thing is. Does that make sense?
Oddly, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
This is so funny. I was I
Yeah,
was I
because
was watching
I'm
this.
trying to think of what this sounds like to somebody listening, and I don't know if this makes any sense at all. Yeah.
Because like I'm thinking about all the things that I do that I wish I didn't do, and you
In a day or in life
just in
or
general or
like
whatever,
when?
like
Okay.
overthinking social situations
Ah,
as an example, right?
yes.
So you
Yes.
can,
Okay.
maybe it's just a function of your ADHD or whatever. It could be a lot of different reasons why you would do that, why
Okay.
you would think that, but you're doing a bunch of things, like you're discovering these things about you,
Mm.
about yourself, and you're learning how they've been a part of your life, and so you're trying
Mm-hmm.
to figure out how to either incorporate them into your
Yeah.
life and be comfortable with that as a reflection of who you are,
Right.
which would look like you not self-criticizing after social interaction with people care about you, right? um,
Shut it down.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or you're trying to you actually are saying too much and you're trying not to, or uh, rather you're trying to not vocalize those self-criticisms, right?
My effort is uh proving to be working or something like that.
Yeah, and like,
Yeah.
because chances are you're probably not over contributing. I think
Fingers crossed. Anybody who knows me can chime in and let me know. Scale of 1 to 10, how
if it
annoying.
was truly a problem, you would know by now, because
Right.
they
Right.
either care enough about you to say, hey, this is actually impacting our ability to enjoy your company. We need to
Right.
talk about it, which has never happened to you.
Mm-mm.
Or they don't care.
Something similar has happened, but it was yeah. The story for my memoir when I write it when I'm
Yeah,
like 70 years old. Yeah.
I mean, end of the day, like it's probably not an issue. If it was an issue,
Right, right, right. It's
most
not
people
a
would tell most people, like, hey, you're or like you're the office pariah, and that's why people but like you're obviously very clearly none of those things. And the if you take time to step back and assess the history of your life, you'd
sure.
recognize that what I'm saying is true, because there's no evidence to the contrary, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that actually is
It's
a huge,
that's a therapy 101 thing right there. Like you look for evidence.
yeah.
No?
Our brain
Yeah.
tries to trick us into staying
Mm-hmm.
in the safe space, which is, I better be hyper vigilant so that uh, I can continue to make it in this world.
So I don't let down my guard and
Hmm.
then end up being the monster that I believe that I am in my head. Yeah. Yeah, that.
Well,
That?
so the sort of path from there, it can be a lot of things, but one trick I learned today was sort of, instead of treating these things as things that you do that you wish that you didn't,
Okay.
let yourself do these things deliberately
Okay.
and then transition away from them.
Ooh, such
So,
as, can you do an example?
yeah, so like next time you're having a social engagement with someone, say, I'm going to let myself talk as much as I want. I'm
Just FYI, I'm gonna shoot the shit
But here's
for a
the
while.
thing, like
Yeah.
if you do it intentionally, now you've given yourself permission. You don't have to
Okay.
feel guilty about it after the fact, because you've expressly told yourself, I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
do this thing. I'm going to lunch today. Great job, you made it. Like, you do it already, just do it
Okay.
again. Like, treat it as a deliberate intentional thing. And then
Okay.
as you start to do that, I guess the idea here, according to this girl, is um it almost immediately like normalizes what you're doing, so you stop overthinking it, you stop criticizing it, you stop using it as a metric for how you need to be better for other people, which is obviously
Gotcha.
something you shouldn't be worried about anyway, but
Gotcha.
most of us do. um,
Yes, most of us do. Yeah.
and then once you like, so instead of now like looking up at an 8 foot wall and wondering how can I get over this wall, every time you tell yourself that you're going to do that thing and you're going to let it happen, the wall becomes shorter and shorter and shorter. And then
Mm-hmm.
you can
Okay.
go
Gotcha.
from, I wish, oh, I hope I didn't talk too much, to I'm going to let myself talk as much as I feel like I want to, and not care about it, to probably not worrying at all about how you're coming across in social situations. Because
Whoa.
instead of making it
Colin, are you suggesting that that could be somewhere that we could all be at some point if we use healthy mental health techniques?
yeah, it sounds wild and radical, but if you,
Radical.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you stop treating everything as a problem first and start
Then
letting
it's not
yourself,
a
like,
problem.
and there are so many examples, like if you know it takes you 2 hours to get to bed
Yep.
at night because of revenge, like just say, I'm going to take 2 hours to get to bed, and now it's
Yeah.
not a problem. Like, so tomorrow,
It's my 2 hour bedtime routine.
instead of saying to tomorrow, oh man, I slept in again, I'm going to say, I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to sleep in tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Just, we were running from things instead of letting things be.
I,
And
I think I do this with my kids. I call it setting them up for success. So like I don't know. I'm not even going to think of an example right now, but I know that Anson can pour milk into his cereal, but Isla has trouble pouring milk into her cereal. I might put the milk in a cup on the side and be like, "This one's your milk. You can use it in your cereal." And then she'll pour out of the cup into her bowl and not spill, and then not make a mess and not have a meltdown and be like, "I succeeded in this thing."
well,
Is that the
that's,
same thing?
no, that's you just helping your daughter
Am I
learn.
enabling her?
You're not enabling her. What I think would be the more um, likely sort of comparison, or to use this as an example more accurately, I would
Yeah.
suggest,
Yeah.
when Isla spills the milk and you get angry because she spilled the milk,
Oh,
instead of
I
saying
cannot get angry at her for spilling milk.
don't get angry, say, I'm going to let myself show my emotions when the situation happens.
Ah,
Now,
interesting.
not saying this is the situation, nor that that's what you should do, but
Mm-hmm.
that's it's taking the fucking the negative impetus out of these behaviors of yourself that you don't like
Gotcha.
or that you're trying to change.
So what if I said, I can use an example of what I think of instead, because I do feel, obviously, I can't even say I feel angry. So say she spills the milk, right? I might be like, crap, third time this week. And then I think to myself, is she ever not going to spill the milk? Well, she has. poured milk and not spilled it before.
Or
So we know it's possible.
you could,
But then I think of this video, thank you, TikTok, again, where this woman and her daughter, like this woman's making herself a fancy coffee, and the daughter is like doing something similar, but obviously with not caffeinated products. And so the daughter spills the milk, and the mom just looks at her and goes, "Oops." And the daughter's like, "Oh, but I spilled the milk." Like the daughter's more worried about it. She's like, "But I spilled milk, mom." And she's like, "Okay, let's clean it up now." And then just move forward. Is that different than what you're describing?
no, it tells me one of two things. Either that child is internalizing stuff from other people in the house, or mom's pretending for TikTok because
Right,
bec-
maybe.
because
Yeah, for show.
kids don't behave that way if they've never gotten yelled at or whatever, right? Like it doesn't
Right.
even have to be an outwardly negative experience, but correction is correction. It's learning, and there's a level of embarrassment or
Yeah.
humiliation that goes along with that, right?
Yeah.
Um, so like I guess you could say, uh,
But I think of that moment and I think to myself, that kind of reaction is the kind of reaction I would like to have. Uh, is that better or worse than what you're saying?
uh,
The same or different?
it's. I mean, I don't know. Like this, there's a lot of questions there.
Maybe better or worse is not the right
Like
metric.
the idea here is
Yeah.
is about how you're addressing your own behaviors or thought processes,
Ah, my
not
own behaviors and
not your
process.
child.
I
So
see, I
like
see, I see.
if you walked into that situation, uh,
Fired up.
well, hey, fired up, but like
I spilt milk in the kitchen just now, and then I come into the fucking dining room.
it's a really
I would spill milk
it's a
everywhere.
really good one because I don't think I she gave a lot of examples. I've seen a few of her posts, and anger is a different one because it's a it it's a anger is not the problem. It's how anger feeds the behavior that you're trying to change, or the voice, like the the process that you're trying to short circuit. Anger makes all of them worse, but it's not the thing that you're trying to change necessarily. Like
Yeah, you're not trying, if I understand this correctly, I'm not trying to remove my anger. I'm looking to accept the anger and then deal with the anger in healthy ways.
yeah,
Is
and
that, yeah,
you're dealing with the situation the same way anyway. If the kid spills the milk, you're intervening.
yeah,
You're saying, okay, let's, no big deal. Whoops, let me show you how to clean it up.
mm-hmm,
Or whoops, you know how to clean it up. Or
mm-hmm,
all the way to losing your fucking mind, right? Like,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
and so the problem was never that the kid spilled the milk. The problem was always how you
right.
responded to the kid spilling the milk.
How
Like,
we deal with the situation. Yeah.
yeah. So like, if I thought I was eating too much at night, instead of just
Okay.
continuing to eat too much at night and feeling guilty about it the next day, maybe for the next few days, I'm going to be like, you know what? I'm planning on having a few snacks tonight that I don't need, and I'm going to be okay with that. And it's just like
And accepting.
taking the sting out of the thing, so it's less of a hill to climb. And then once you're like,
You're removing the obstacle about the thing that
yeah,
you've created in your own mind
exactly. And then you can be
that's made
like,
up and pretend and temporary.
and then after a while, yeah, you start to, especially if you
Ah,
layer this with other things like ulterior goals, like
okay.
fitness or health related. So instead
Okay.
of being like, okay, I'm going to lose 10 pounds, and I'm going to like get rid of all these foods, I'm going to do all these exercises, blah 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 blah.
Worst idea ever.
Let's
Okay.
let's just say I'm going to
Just
lose 10
saying.
pounds, and phase one of this operation is I'm just going to acknowledge the things that are not helping me.
Okay.
So you can be like, yeah, you know what, I have too many beers during the week. Well, tonight I'm gonna let myself have 3 beers. And then after a while, instead of you doing these things as begrudging or subconscious decisions that you've already made, you
Mm-hmm.
fall into these routines and you just start doing these things, right? You don't even think about them.
Oh yeah, we
So,
are so creatures of habit.
well,
Yeah.
now you're bringing these habits to the surface and you're just letting yourself acknowledge them and you're being honest with what they are. And then you're carrying
Mm-hmm.
on still doing those things. And so the negative sting sort of lessens over time. You become less resistant to that behavior. And when you
Okay.
resist something, you're actually holding on to it pretty hard, right? Like, I don't want
Oh,
this thing to
totally.
happen to me. And that's all you're focused on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you stop not wanting it to happen, you start letting it happen, and then you start to let go of it from happening. And then next thing you know, this is the whole end of the shtick, I suppose, is that it's
Okay.
now easier for you to pivot away from that and to introduce better habits or better thought processes or whatever. So um,
Hmm.
yeah, like the inner dialogue one that people have is probably a really easy one to work with. Like
Right.
um I don't know, like you we have so many negative thoughts about ourselves in a day. Pick one and just say, you know what, I'm gonna or
Like
behavior.
explore.
Yeah, just pick one and start like I'm gonna
What do you have to do for, like, do you have to start asking yourself, like, where did this come from?
you don't
Like, are we
have to
going
like
that way?
you can, but
Or you're just looking at
just
that
just
thought
look at the
and the
behavior
behavior around it?
and identify it, and that's half the
Okay.
battle. You can
Okay.
say like I'm gonna let myself, I don't know, I'm trying to
Eat
think of,
Cheetos.
yeah, like I'm gonna let myself eat a whole bag of chips tonight,
Okay.
and then and like whenever that happens, like but plan for it, get ahead of it. Don't wait until 8 p.m. and then say I'm gonna let myself eat some chips. Like get up in the day
Okay.
because this is the shit that you do every day. This is the shit that you're trying to get rid of, but it's the stuff that you do every fucking day. So like I'm gonna let myself sleep in and press snooze 16 times.
Okay.
I'm gonna, instead of waking up being like, oh, I pressed snooze 16 times. I was supposed to get up when my alarm, like, just lean into it, let it happen,
I I
acknowledge
know
it.
that I can get up after two snoozes. I'm such a lazy blah blah blah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just be like, well, you pressed snooze 16 times, so that's
Yeah,
what we're working with.
I'm gonna let
Yeah.
myself be lazy and press snooze, and it's like it. The stupid thing about all this is that they're just. It sounds dumb. Like if I could just say words and my life would
It
change.
sounds very basic
Yeah, but your
in
brain is such an
theory.
asshole to you.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you stop and really looked at some of the ways that you subconsciously think your way through life, you're like, my God,
Okay.
like people just just try to keep track of how many times you complain in a day.
Oh, dude.
You know what I
I've
mean?
been thinking this about the world.
And I'm a fucking complainer. I fucking bitch and
Okay.
moan about everything that bothers me.
Complaining 101.
Yeah. And it's like, at what point, imagine this, imagine no one complained anymore.
The world would end. The world would cease to
But like,
exist. Yeah.
how, what would our conversations look like?
Okay.
Half the time people are complaining about shit.
Ideas.
The
Like
weather's so bad. I
ideas.
got stuck in
Yeah.
traffic behind this asshole. No one moves out of the left lane on the 401. Like,
No.
all of these are just complaints, but what would we talk
Those,
about?
you bum.
Yeah, you bum. Anyway,
Yeah, no, I think that's also like a part of being human because if we complain about something, then it's a problem. If it's a problem, then we want to fix it.
you're
And
right.
if we have something to fix, then we have a purpose.
Well, could your purpose? Well, I
Is
mean,
that,
that's dangerous. That's dangerous. I don't think
sorry, just
anyone's.
like on a base level thought
Yeah, like from a self
process. Do you know what I mean?
actualization kind of thing. Yeah, you're right because
Yeah.
it's like an evolutionary requirement to be safe and secure. So that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't like the idea, and I'm not suggesting that's what you said, but my first thought was, your purpose shouldn't be tied to anything that
What you do.
what you can give or do or whatever. Like
Yeah.
it can be other things. Not that
Mm-hmm.
our huge and massive audience is full of people questioning their purpose in life, but purpose can be outside of the things that you
Yeah.
think are expected of you.
Okay. Yeah.
I guess is an important thing for me. Like, you're not worth what you contribute to the people around you. You're not worth.
That isn't that is a tough thing to comprehend, to grasp, and to like actually recognize
Yeah,
and continue to see and believe every day of your
yeah,
life,
and that's
right?
because
Because,
we
yeah,
don't live in a world that wants you to know that.
again, back to the fucking 50s brainwashing,
It's
bro.
insane. It's insanity. It's so true.
Yeah,
We're not supposed to be content with who we are or what we're doing. We're always supposed to be
yeah.
contributing to the big machine, the economy, the government, whatever. Like, you name it.
Monopoly.
It's insane.
Game of
You're absolutely
Monopoly.
right.
Yeah.
It's no way to live. But that's why you should just be aware of the fact that it also has no bearing on who you are as a person,
Yes.
other
Yeah.
than shaping the people you surround yourself with and your daily interactions for the majority of your life. But we also don't live in a
No
society
big deal.
where you pursuing what you want as a fulfilling career is pointless because no one gives a fuck.
And I think that's why the world today really feeds off influencers because influencers, I think by and large, are generally doing what they want
Mm-hmm.
with their lives, right? They're pursuing something that they're passionate about, like whether it be fitness, travel, food, a whole other gamut of probably
Yeah,
niche
name anything.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so true.
So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is the some wild ass turning point in the history of humanity.
It's really interesting you bring that up. We won't get into it tonight, but maybe in the next episode
Yeah,
we could talk about. I'm reading a book about the turning, the fourth turning. It's called, but
the fourth turning.
I
Oh.
it just takes a long time to explain, and I'm gonna have to reread a bunch of shit to make sure I understand it.
Oh, okay. Then I will read up on I don't know if I talked about this before, but like in my yoga teacher training, um the history of yoga dictates that there's like these tens of thousands of years uh, and eras in which the world has lived
Mm,
already, and how this particular time that we're in now is indicative of, there's a whole slew of things that we kind of check mark off because it's what's happening today. But it lasts for like 10,000 years. And
right.
so uh, we're not in this quick fix place where like in a decade or two we'll get out of it, if you will.
Yeah.
It's like we won't see this, our great great grandchildren, you know what I mean? We won't see this until the next evolution of human
Yeah. The
happens.
next iteration of our species.
Yeah, yeah. So, anyways, I'll read up on that and then we can compare
Sweet.
notes,
All right.
perhaps.
That's a
Yeah.
great spot to end it. This
Yeah,
is a
dude.
good comeback episode. Let's keep these ones going.
Agreed. I just grabbed my mouse to click hang up and I just remembered I'm on my phone. Anyways, thanks so much. Do you have any closing words?
No, I really don't.
I don't.
Thanks
Okay.
thanks everyone.
Uh, yeah. Thank you and toodles.